Most of us think that the things slowing us down in life are big things, like our situation, confidence, or personality. But that's not always true. A lot of time, it's something quieter, something we don't even realize. These are fears running in the background, influencing what we try, what we avoid, and how big or small our life becomes. But once we understand what these fears really are and where they come from, we can stop them from silently controlling our life and start creating the one we actually deserve.
Hi, I'm Gayatri Arvind, founder of Abhasa Rehab and Wellness. We offer residential rehabilitation for people struggling with addiction, mental health disorders, eating disorders, and chronic conditions. Over the past 6 years, we have helped over thousands of people reclaim their lives through personalized care. Through this channel, we share practical wisdom to empower your mental health.
Number one, fear of survival. This is a deep, primitive fear, and our brain developed it for one simple reason, that is, to keep us safe. There is a part of the brain called the threat detector. Its job is to scan for anything uncertain or unpredictable. And it works fast, way faster than logical thinking. That's why this fear shows up even in normal everyday moments. For example, we are talking to someone, everything is fine, then suddenly their tone changes, or they go quiet, or their face shifts slightly. It's not a big thing, but our brain panics and thinks, wait, what just happened? Did I say something wrong? Or are they upset with me? We didn't consciously think that. Our brain just reacted to the situation. Why? Because at some point in our past, we learned this rule. When people change suddenly, something bad might follow. Maybe we grew up around unpredictable moods, sudden anger, silent treatment, or emotional tension. Our brain stored those moments as warning signs. Now, even a small change triggers that survival response, and this affects more than just one conversation. This is the reason most of us are afraid of public speaking or leadership roles. And fear of survival is keeping us stuck in comfort zones, avoiding visibility, or holding back our voice. But the thing is, our threat detector doesn't check the full story. It only reacts to what feels familiar. So, how do we change this pattern? Think of fear of survival like an overprotective alarm system. It's doing its job, but reacting to outdated threats. So the work here is not to shut it down, but to retrain it gently over time. Start with body awareness. When you feel that spike of panic, tightness, or need to react fast, pause. Place one hand on your chest, breathe deeply, and ask, is this danger or just discomfort? Then do something grounding like look around, name 5 things you see, or press your feet into the floor. These physical anchors remind your body that you are safe right now. The next step is exposure in small doses. Like start speaking up in the safe environments. Try expressing one honest sentence and say no in a small situation. By doing this, you will allow yourself to be seen just a little more than usual. And afterwards, tell your nervous system what happened. I spoke up and nothing bad happened and I'm okay. Give your body new experiences of safety repeatedly, because once our brain begins to associate uncertainty with calm instead of danger, the fear of survival slowly loses its grip and we start showing up more freely in conversations, in leadership, in life. Number 2, fear of failure. This fear is very powerful because your brain treats failure like a direct threat to your identity. And you start accepting that and start imagining the worst case scenarios from life, like everything is going wrong. The moment you imagine that, the amygdala, the brain's alarm system, switches on. That's why when you sit to start something important, your mind suddenly freezes, your thoughts scatter, or you distract yourself with anything else, because your brain just wants to avoid the feeling of what if I fail. For many people, this fear comes from childhood, where mistakes were equal to losing validation, love, or respect. So the brain learned, if I fail, something bad will happen. And this fear slowly starts influencing our everyday life. We avoid applying for opportunities. We delay starting things what we care about. We say no to new experiences, not because we don't want them, but because we are scared of not doing them perfectly. And little by little, this fear makes our world smaller. So, how can you get over it and start working towards your goal again? One simple way is to start the task in parts. Not the whole task at once, like just starting with 1% of it. Instead of aiming to write one whole book, maybe open the document, write one rough line, and make a tiny outline. See, when your brain sees that you can start again from scratch and nothing bad will happen, the hesitation goes off. And the next step becomes easier. You don't overcome fear of failure with perfection. You overcome it by simply beginning. Number 3, fear of success. Our brain is wired to prefer familiar things, even if the familiar is uncomfortable, because familiarity is equal to safety. So when life starts expanding, like a promotion, a new opportunity, a growing relationship, our brain doesn't just see the good. It sees the change that success brings. And the prediction center of our brain kicks in. Wait, this is new. Can we handle this? Will expectations go up? And what if things fall apart? See, we are not scared of the success itself. We are scared of the unknown that comes with it. That's why sometimes, right after we get something good, we feel pressure instead of joy. And this can silently slow us down, make us sabotage opportunities, or avoid taking the next step. We say no to things we are excited about. We underplay our achievements. We resist change, not because it's bad, but because it's unfamiliar. And this fear makes us shrink the life we've been dreaming of. So what do? Make the big thing small. Tell yourself, I don't have to handle everything, just the next step. Then just take one simple action. It can be replying to one email, learning one small detail, planning one thing for tomorrow. When the step feels smaller, the fear feels safer. We overcome fear of success not by becoming fearless, but by making each step feel safe. See, the idea is we are ruled by hidden fears. But when we understand these fears, we start seeing our own patterns clearly. And when we name them, pause, and respond differently, the fear will lose its grip. Our nervous system will relax. Our confidence will grow, and our life begins to expand naturally.